HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time, and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Hey, Mel, Bri here. Gotta work from home today because the whole family caught a nasty.
Daddy!
Hey, Mikey, if you're gonna puke, find the popcorn bowl! But my availability is 110%. Coincidentally, so is my fever. Kidding. Mel, I'm so cold but hot. But I'm gonna get you that budget just as soon as... Mikey, popcorn bowl!
Press 1 to use Instacart and get your family sick day essentials delivered in as fast as 30 minutes. Press 2 to keep working. Do not press 2. Just use Instacart, Brian.
Hey folks, Matthew Bivens here, and because you're listening to this show, I know that you want to have the most extraordinary life possible. I'm talking about a life with purpose, where you do meaningful work, have fulfilling relationships, and feel healthy and thriving. But many times, having all of that doesn't seem possible. You have the happy career, but you are lacking in health. You have meaningful relationships, but you feel lost and without purpose. Well, now there's a way for you to see exactly how you stack up in the most important areas of your life so that you can accelerate your self-growth and truly live the life of your dreams. Using my free tool, the Abundance Benchmark, you will gain deep and valuable insight into 6 essential areas of life. It's absolutely free, and you can get yours right now at www.matthewbivens.com. I know this stuff is super important to you, so don't put off your personal development any longer. Grab the free Abundance Benchmark and get to having it all. Welcome to Having It All. My name is Matthew Bivens, and each week I bring you conversations and insights that explore the question, what does having it all mean to you? My goal is to leave you with stories you can relate to and messages you can take action on so that you can create an abundant, loving life. I am so excited that you're here to hang out with me today. Now, let's jump right into this episode. I am making a bold claim in this episode of the Having It All podcast, and that is your relationships are killing you. Now, I'm not talking about romantic relationships, although they too can definitely be unhealthy from time to time. But what I'm really referring to is your relationship to the different things, the different people, different circumstances in your life. Because we absolutely have relationships with those things, how we relate to those things. And that's what I'm talking about in this podcast. So this episode was really inspired by a story my friend was telling, or an experience I had. I guess that's the best way to put it. Basically, a friend of mine, she was sharing in a weekly accountability group that I go to. She was sharing how she was really debating as to whether or not to take on a raw vegan lifestyle. So for those who those concepts are new, raw vegan means that you're eating zero animal product, absolutely no animal product. That's the vegan part. And that you're only eating raw foods. That's the raw part. So that means there's no cooking. No cooking in the traditional sense. So no, steamed rice, no cooking oatmeal over the stove, no, pan frying some potatoes. All that stuff is out. That's just a couple of examples. So my friend already lives this. I'm going to start over. I am making a bold claim in this episode of Having It All, and that is that your relationships are killing you. Now, I'm not talking about romantic relationships, although we all know that there are definitely unhealthy romantic relationships out there. But really what I'm referring to in this podcast when I use the word relationships, it is how you are relating to the different things in your life, the different people, the circumstances that come up, actual things, events. Relationships in the context of this show means how you are relating to those things. So this episode was inspired by something my friend was talking about a week or so ago in my weekly accountability group. So we're at this group, we're having our meeting, and we were actually giving another group member some feedback on something that she was stuck in. She was just stuck in life. And my friend was relating an experience that she had as part of her feedback. And basically what she was sharing was that she is on the fence currently about whether or not she wants to take on a raw vegan lifestyle. So my friend is a yoga instructor. She's been practicing yoga for many, many, many years and teaching yoga for a while now. She's been eating healthy foods, very clean lifestyle, clean eating. And she's been debating about whether to take it up to the next level. And for her, that next level is really a raw vegan lifestyle. So real quick, just to explain what that means, the raw part means that you don't eat any cooked foods. So everything that you prepare is raw. So you're eating a lot of salads, you're eating a lot of fruits, you're eating a lot of raw nuts and things like that. And I'm sure there's dozens and dozens and dozens of other foods that you're eating, but basically it's raw. HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time, and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Instacart shoppers know groceries. They know that you can't make guacamole with rock-hard avocados. They know how to quickly find those peanut butter pretzels you can never find. And they keep you in the know by giving you updates about your order along the way. Let Instacart shoppers help take shopping off your plate so you can get time and energy back for what really matters. Visit instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum order $10. Additional terms apply. Instacart. Add life to cart.
And the vegan part of that means that there's no animal product. So, no meat, obviously, no dairy, no fish, no cheeses, nothing like that. No eggs. So my friend, like I said, she's very healthy, and right now she's kind of flirting with the idea of going raw vegan. So currently, her lifestyle, she consumes no dairy, no processed sugar, no gluten. Like I've been saying, has a very healthy eating habits. And like I said, she's a yoga instructor, so she's very active, very physically fit, very in tune with her body. However, despite all of that, despite all of the healthy habits that she has going in her favor, the fact that she is really waffling on her decision to go raw vegan, and the reason she can't make up her mind is because of fear. She's fearing giving up attachments to the foods that she enjoys, that she wouldn't be able to eat if she went raw vegan. That fear and that attachment and her inability to make a decision for a period of time. It's been a while now that she's been thinking about going raw vegan, that she hasn't done it. That right there has been impacting her health. And when she shared that with me, I was like, wow, you know what? That's pretty incredible. Because if you think about that for a second, this is someone who has the fitness piece down. Again, she's a yoga instructor. She's at her play weight. She teaches yoga. She practices yoga. I know her personally, so I know that she's running a lot. She runs 10 plus miles a week. She does circuit training, fitness classes a couple times a week. She's got the fitness piece down. She also has the healthy eating piece down. Like I said, no milk, no sugar, no gluten. She does water fasts, yada, yada, yada. But because of her indecision and where she is right now about the raw vegan, it's taking away from her health. Like that fact blows my mind. And the reason why it's doing that is because of her relationship to it. Her relationship to it. So when I say that your relationships are killing you, that's what I mean. It's the way that you're relating to things in your life, whether it's people, a decision you're faced with, a circumstance you've been hit with, actual relationships with other folks that you want to either start or end, whatever it is, how you relate to it many times has more consequence, carries more weight for your health than the actual thing itself. And when my friend shared that in our accountability group, it clicked, and I was like, wow, that's very true. We've all heard of stories of people who are incredibly fit, incredibly quote unquote healthy, who then suffer from heart attacks, or who then drop dead, or who then have these different diseases going on in their body. When you're thinking to yourself, how is this person? I mean, they've got it all going on health-wise. They eat well, they exercise, yet their body is failing them in these places. And what I'm saying is that it's not the exercise, it's not the food, it's not the lifestyle, it's the relationship to it all. That right there trumps all of that other stuff. So I know you've heard the expression in your life that you can stress yourself to death, right? Like we're all in America, or wherever you are, this idea of stress it's there, it's real. It's something that's talked about, it's in the media, it's in our conversations. And it's funny that I said in America, because I actually wanted to bring up in Japan, there's actually a word for working yourself to death. And the word is karoshi. And I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but karoshi really means it's occupational sudden death. And in my research and looking up karoshi, it's mainly from heart attacks and strokes that are a result of stress. So it's actually a phrase in Japan for stressing yourself to death. And stress is simply how you're relating to something, whether it be work, your job, your career, or a spouse, or a vacation you're about to go on, or in my case, a new baby on the way, or whatever it is. It's stress, and it's that relationship to it. And, I didn't want to title this episode, Stress is Killing You, because you've heard that before. We use the word stress so easily these days. Like, I'm so stressed out, or I'm feeling so stressed, or man, this thing is just stressing me. Like, that word is just overplayed. It's tired by this point. And I believe that many people view stress as an external thing. It's something that hits you and you experience, and then it just sort of passes on its own. But you know what? I think that is a complete cop-out. I really do. Because stress is an experience. And I'll give an example. My wife and I are preparing a trip. It's Wednesday, I'm recording right now, and tomorrow we're hopping on a plane and we are shooting over to California. We live in Atlanta, and so we're flying over to California for 6 days for a baby moon, which is really just an excuse for us to go on a vacation before baby Maya comes. Now, both of us are very excited about this trip. We are prepared emotionally. We've got our work and all the things that we normally do is all in check, and people are covering Sarah's clients, and we've got our social media things, scheduled out through the week. But let's just say for this example that I was really stressed out about this trip. Let's just say that I was feeling stressed about the vacation, that the vacation was stressing me out. But Sarah was happy about it. She's feeling excited. Her nerves are steady. She's really looking forward to the journey to the airport and getting on the plane and finding the rental car place and all that stuff. She's really excited about all of that. So if that was the case, where I'm saying this thing is stressing me out, Sarah is saying that this thing is exciting and she can't wait, how could I say that it was the vacation itself that was stressing me out when Sarah's not experiencing that? You can't. You can't claim that it's the vacation, because it's not. It's not the vacation that's causing me stress. It's my relationship to it that's causing me stress. It's internal. It's not external. The vacation is simply the circumstance. It's simply what life is serving me up. But I'm choosing to relate to it in a way that's causing me stress and therefore pulling my health down. So really, what's the whole point of this episode? I'm not here to say that you're choosing to hurt yourself and you're choosing to really hurt and impact your health, or that you are to blame for the things in your life. That's not very productive, and that doesn't help empower you, doesn't help you heal, doesn't help you grow. What I am here to do is to tell you that you have the ability to choose. You absolutely have the ability to choose how you want to relate to different things, which is giving you back your personal power. We give away our power when we allow things outside of us, external to us, to impact and really shape our health. Whether it be emotional health, like when we're talking about stress. It could also be physical health, spiritual health, mental, social. When we say things like, that thing out there is hurting me, that vacation is stressing me out, we are completely forfeiting our personal responsibility. And we're completely giving up our power in that situation. And if you've listened to this show for a while, if you listen to the other episodes, my interviews, then you'll know that this show is all about you creating and experiencing the life that you truly want. And that only happens when you take ownership over everything in your life. The things that you want to experience and the things that you don't. The things that you've planned and the things that are just out of the blue, totally unplanned. You didn't see it coming. The things that are going your way that you're happy about, and the things that are not going your way that you wish would stop. Once you take ownership for all of it, once you understand that on a certain level, you created or co-created all of it, and that you have the ability to choose what you want to experience and how you want to experience it, once you do that, you truly can have it all in your life. And now, I will go back and clarify, because one thing you might be saying to yourself is, I don't have control over everything that happens to me in life, which is true. Let's say, for a crazy example, that an asteroid came and hit my house right now. I wouldn't claim that I could have controlled that was within my control to influence that asteroid hitting my house. Now, I'm using an absurd example because I wanted to make an extreme point. However, what I am saying is that you can always control how you relate to it. And that brings everything back to relationships.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
So I want to be able to leave you guys with something concrete to sink your teeth into. And I'm going to give you some of the things that I do when I find myself wanting to blame something externally for how I'm feeling and what's happening to me. Wanting to say this thing is stressing me out, or I'm very stressed out, and wanting to give away my power. When that happens to me, I do a couple of things. First, I acknowledge, and these things just sort of happen automatically, but there are times when I have to catch myself, be like, damn, I've been stressing about this. I need to get myself in check. And when that's the case, the first thing I do is I'm like, you know what? It's okay to feel stress. I don't have to be on 100% of the time and just be this cool, rock solid person. Like, I'm a human, right? And I can experience emotions, and it's okay to experience. That's the first thing. The second thing I do is I freaking own it. I own it. I own the fact that, you know what? I'm choosing to relate to this circumstance in a way that's causing me stress. I'm choosing to feel this way about whatever it is that I'm fixating on. And I own that darn thing. Because if I don't own it, that means I'm giving my power away. That means I'm putting how I feel and how I experience it in whatever it is, hands. Right? So if we go back to the example of the vacation, if I put my well-being and my mental stability, my emotional stability in the hands of the vacation, well, think about all the things that can happen on the way to and during a vacation that could potentially throw you off. The car is late showing up to get you to the airport, or the plane is delayed and you might miss your connection, or whatever it is, right? So the first thing is I tell myself it's okay to feel that way. The second thing is I own it. I totally own it. I take ownership of it. And the third thing I do is I shift how I think about it, right? I start to view it as an opportunity. I start to say, okay, you know what? I can feel different about this circumstance. And if in that moment it's just impossible, right? If I'm so deep in it that I just can't see how I could relate to it in a more powerful, healthy way, then you know what I do? I freaking fake it. I just fake it. I pretend, right? I just tell myself, you know what? It's all cool. Everything's going to be all right. I'm okay. I'm healthy. And I fake it until my body follows, right? I tell myself with my thoughts and my words that everything's okay, that I'm in control of all this thing. And what I found, that eventually my body just follows. For me, when I'm stressed, my heart is beating hard and fast. I'm sweating. Like, I get sweat under my arms. I sweat like crazy. My hands start sweating. My mind is really just focused on all the things that are going wrong, or all the things that are about to happen and that I'm about to experience that I don't want to. And sometimes my stomach gets upset. Sometimes I'm like, man, I got to go to the bathroom 10 times. That's just what happens when I feel stressed out. But once I recognize that, hey, it's okay. It's all right to feel stressed. Once I recognize that, you know what? I'm creating this. I'm choosing this. And once I recognize that I can choose something else and I start to fake it, then everything just sort of shifts. And I can literally feel that switch of feeling helpless, of feeling like I'm just going along for the ride, and feeling that I'm waiting for this inevitability. The switch is going from that space to a space of, oh, I feel better. I feel empowered. I feel like I can actually shift something. So, your relationships are killing you, but they don't have to. They absolutely don't have to, because you get to choose how you relate to things in your life. You get to choose how you relate to people that you don't get along with, that people that you butt heads with. Maybe it's an in-law, maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's a coworker. You get to choose how that person impacts you, how you let that person impact you. You get to choose how you relate to circumstances, right? If you're listening to this in your car right now and you blow a tire, that's a circumstance. You can either get extremely pissed about it, or you can say something else. Something like, all right, tire's busted. I guess I'm going to be hanging out here for a little while. You absolutely get to choose. And if my tips for getting through circumstances and for shifting your relationship sound bogus and sound stupid, I think it's just demonstrating the gap between your belief system, your belief that you have the power and the control, and the belief that you're just at the whim of whatever happens to you. And I've been there. I've totally been there. You know, I didn't want to take personal responsibility for a lot of different things that I've experienced in life. And hey, you know what? Again, if that pushes your buttons, then there's a reason why it's pushing your buttons, right? This idea of taking personal responsibility for how you experience life versus just going through life and having things happen to you. So, meditate on it. Think about it. Let it marinate. How are your relationships to life impacting your health? Are they bringing your health up? Are they bringing your health down? Those are really the only two directions. And if they're bringing your health down, then what do you want to do about it? What else, what would you like to be experiencing? That's the point of this episode. So I appreciate you hanging out with me, listening to this episode. I have been intentional over the past couple of weeks of recording shorter episodes. The feedback I was receiving was, hey, you know what? I don't want to listen to a 45-minute interview and a 45-minute solo show. So this one's rounding out about 20 some odd minutes, and I'm going to keep keeping them short. If you've enjoyed this podcast, if you like this episode, and you want to give back, I would truly, truly appreciate a review. You can review the show on iTunes and subscribe. And if you are an Android user like myself, you can do the same on Stitcher or in Google Play Music. The Having It All podcast is available on all three of those: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music. Also, if you want to get the transcript and the notes from this show, then visit firesidenetwork.com. That is the home of this podcast. Again, that's firesidenetwork.com. You can find the title of this episode, Your Relationships Are Killing You. And in there, you can find the notes and links to a couple of articles. An article on Kuroshi is in there. You can check that out. And you can also find the links to all of my shows on the Fireside Network. And anything else, contact info, all that great stuff is there. And so with that, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. My name is Matthew Bivens, and here is to you having it all. 2 quick things before you leave. First, did you know that the Having It All podcast is a part of the Fireside Network? Yep, we are one of the esteemed shows that calls Fireside Network home. That means if you ever want to listen to a show outside of iTunes or Stitcher or whatever your favorite podcasting app is, all you need to do is visit firesidenetwork.com and under shows, select Having It All. From there, you can access all the episodes, see the show notes, learn about my guests, and more. Second, I am very excited to announce that my brand new website is live. Visit MatthewBivens.com and you can learn more about me, get plugged into an accountability group, and pick up some free content like the Abundance Benchmark. I am all about helping you not only identify what your ideal life looks like, but also helping you on your journey towards it. I want you to experience more abundance and love in your life. So, again, you can find out more information about all of that great stuff at MatthewBivens.com. Thank you once more for listening to the show, and here is to you having it all.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.